This is the final really far way out prediction of 2025. I've now done the other three major championships, ending now here today with your 2025 really far way out prediction for the men's US Open. Now, guys, a lot of these names we're going to hear are going to be the same names we've heard in every single video because they're the top players in the world, and these tournaments are so far out and really hard to predict, and we don't know who's going to be healthy or playing well at that time, so let's just have fun with it, guys, right? The defending champion, Jannik Sinner, probably going to be your favorite again here. The guys dominate the hard courts in 2024. As long as he's healthy, I mean, you expect probably to see much of the same there. Sinner winning last year's Australian Open and US Open, also winning the ATP Finals. The guy looks just so great on the hard courts. He's definitely going to be in play here again for the 2025 US Open. Also, who else is going to be in play? No surprise at all, Carlos Alcaraz. If you're not going to pick Jannik Sinner to win a tournament, then go ahead and pick Carlos Alcaraz. If you're not going to pick Carlos Alcaraz, pretty much go ahead and pick Jannik Sinner at this point. These two guys, the best players in the world. Carlos Alcaraz, a guy that really, I know I didn't pick him in my predictions to win the French Open this year, but still, a guy that probably is the favorite to win the French and the Wimbledon. Also going to be in play on these hard courts. The kid has all the tools in the world. Now, remember, pretty much for most of time, this guy'd be probably the first name out of your mouth here in Novak Djokovic. Djokovic, of course, still a very talented player. We'll see here in 2025 if he's able to be healthier. We did see him win that Olympic gold medal. I actually predicted him to win the 2025 French Open as a really far way out prediction, just given what we saw at those Olympic Games. I think maybe that French Open, that clay surface, might give him his best chance, because I really feel like his best days are behind him. And with the rise of Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, going to be very tough for him to win another major championship, but still definitely going to be in play as long as he's healthy. Also, guys, on the US Open, this guy's probably going to be a factor in the tournament. He's probably going to make a deep run because we've seen him do it not only at the US Open, where he's won his only major championship, but we've seen him on the hard courts at the Australian Open make really far runs, making a few finals, and that's Daniil Medvedev. Medvedev, like I said, whenever it's on a hard court, he's going to be in play here. The US Open, probably his best surface, and again, his only major championship came on this surface. And then let's not forget about last year's runner-up in the US Open in Taylor Fritz. And I've said this a few times now about Fritz. He's starting to put everything together. What a great time it is for American tennis with the way that Fritz is putting his game together. He was always known for having a big serve, but now he's starting to serve and volley a little bit more, and he's really focused on his return game, and that was really what propelled him in that US Open to make the deep run. He finally started to kind of put everything together, and he also had a pretty good end to the year too, making it all the way to the ATP Finals as well. Fritz should be in play here. Now, guys, I'm not going to keep going on and on. I know I could put Alexander Zverev in this category. You could probably take your, maybe some wild card picks, picking a really big server out there, like a Ben Shelton, or listen, we could go on and on with the guys. Here's the thing: this U.S. Open, so hard to predict sitting here in December of 2024 when this tournament isn't going to be all the way till late August, early September in 2025. We don't have the crystal ball in front of us. So let's make the easy prediction, right? I said it kind of in the intro there. Jannik Sinner, the way he played last year on the hard courts, he's the favorite here. I mean, if you don't want to pick him, go ahead and pick Carlos Alcaraz. But still, I think Jannik Sinner probably has the best chance at winning on the hard courts here in 2025. I predicted him to repeat as the champion of the Australian Open this year, and I think that one being a little bit closer, I think a lot of people are going to feel that way and agree with. US Open, again, very hard to predict. It's so far away. But Jannik Sinner should be the favorite, and it's going to be very hard to pick against him, just given what we've seen in 2024. Again, this tournament so far out, but my prediction for the 2025 US Open is that Jannik Sinner will repeat as your champion.